feel like the cameras, I should be looking here, but it's so much easier to record this looking at myself as if I'm talking to myself. But welcome to Better Out Than In. I'm your host, Abby. You're going to have to cope with this because I've got the camera set up and I'm not changing it now. It took me enough to sit down and even start talking, honestly. So, yeah. I'm going to be talking about today healing. I could be talking about this for ages, honestly, but I want to cover just in general, healing, what I think it is, and maybe not even touch on that. Maybe that's the wrong way of putting it. See, this is the thing, right? I started this podcast a year ago, and I haven't stayed consistent with it. I stopped doing it last year because I had a lot that I was going through, as we all do, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, it was just a bit of a nightmare. And I'm like, the last thing that I'm thinking about right now is talking and trying to help other people with their scenarios when I can't even help myself at the moment. So yeah, that was happening last year. And then honestly, just getting back into it, I feel like I don't know, the whole thing. This is why I want to talk about healing, because I think healing is a big part of it as well. I am back and I'm really excited to be back, to be honest. This is going to be a real journey for me. I'm going to use this platform as a way of getting out what's in my mind, because it's better out than in. Also really intrigued to see what's going on in your lives as well. Talk through that. I'm planning on having people come in too. I know I've already got a few people that are wanting to come and talk with me and chat through topics of conversation with me, have a little chitty chat. Yeah, it's just going to be loads of fun. It's a comfy space, a safe space, just to talk about everything. And there's no judgment. I think in this blimmin' life, I swear to God, you can't talk about X, Y, Z without being judged. You can't say this because it's gross or, it's not acceptable. But at the same time, like, if we don't talk about things like this, it's just like inside us. And it ain't healthy. It's just not good. So I really am trying to advocate speaking about everything, speaking about the unspeakable. And yeah, giving it a good go because I love talking. I can chew anyone's ear off. Literally as well if you want. So, healing. Like, what actually is healing? You hear everyone say, yeah, I'm just healing, or I've been healing. Like, what actually is it? Because there's so many broad avenues that we could talk about with healing. The way that I see it is you've gone through something and you need to get back to the self that you were. And it's that journey of becoming your best self and realizing the things that you need to overcome to do that. You could have gone through heartbreak. You could have gone through trauma. You could have had bad relationships with I don't know, certain people in your life, and you want to work through it, but there's something holding you back. And that's something you need to heal from to be able to do that. There's so many different things. And I'm going to have to keep looking at my laptop here because this is another thing I can't organise to save my life at all. Can't organise at all. Always go to organise and just doesn't happen. Like, I have the idea, I have the vision, I know what I want to do, go to write it down, all goes out my head. It's a nightmare. Half the reason why I haven't started up this podcast again, but I have got pages and pages of things that I want to talk about. When I tell you I've sat down here so many times and nothing comes out of my mouth, I think I need someone to prompt me. Yeah, or this should be like a teleprompter. But at the same time, I just want it to be natural and free flowing. So we all have stories, traumas, wounds and stuff that we need to get through. And healing is something you can't put a time on. You really can't. And I don't honestly think, sorry guys, but I honestly don't think the healing ever stops. I think as soon as you've overcome something, you realise that you have got something else that you need to overcome. And it's just a journey of becoming your best self continuously. But the more that you do it, the more you see it as rewarding and evolving and becoming good and becoming better. You can see healing as literally anything. It looks different in everyone. Like I said, you could have an illness. You're healing from that. You could have trauma. You could have gone through abuse, you could have had a really crappy upbringing, and you don't even realize that it's because of that upbringing that you're feeling the way that you are. And until you discover that, the healing journey begins, and to even get to that point of realizing and becoming aware of the things that, I guess, are holding you back, that's where it all begins. And it's kind of scary, but as long as you have faith and believe and be kind to yourself in the process, you're groovy. Trust me, you got this. The more that we learn, the more we get to know ourselves. And when I tell you, it's so important to understand yourself. The amount of years that I have gone, over 20 years I have gone, and I have not had no idea of who I am. And I refuse to go any further away from that. I am so determined, really figure myself out for me, figure out my body, figure out what I actually like doing and what I thought I liked doing. There's so many things that I'm trying now. I'm like, I swear I liked this. I'm like, but I don't feel good doing it. So it's like trying to relearn myself so much. I guess you could ask, why would you even want to heal? And you know what? I actually hate that. I hate the saying healing because it makes you seem like you've got something wrong with you. And honestly, if you are healing, do you realize how powerful that is? The amount of people that go through their lives and they just settle for feeling like they do. I guarantee 70% of us on this planet are just living their life settled, feeling like literally 50% of what they could feel. They're just getting on by. And trust me, that was me. That was me too. But I always had it inside me that I wanted to be more. I felt it. I have this fire inside me that I really want to help others. I really want to do stuff that makes me feel good. I want to make myself proud. You have these goals and these dreams. Why is it taking me this long? Because I have things I need to work on, to heal, that are stopping me from doing these things. That is literally the reason why. Healing is a process that you go through to break down all of these barriers that stop you from being your best self. Half of the stuff that I'm trying to work through, if I didn't have half that stuff, boy, I would be doing everything that I really want to do. I was about to say whether I'd be good at it, bad at it. Again, that's something I need to work on. It doesn't matter if you're good or bad at it. You're doing it for you, ultimately. It literally doesn't matter. That's one of my biggest things that I'm working on right now. Learning not to give a fuck about anyone else's opinion but my own. See, you're going to be surrounded by people that literally don't give a shit about you. I'm going to have people listening to this podcast right now thinking, what on earth is she doing? Why is she doing this? No one cares. Abby, no one cares. And do you know what? I don't care that you don't care. Even a year ago me, a few months ago me, I probably would have cared. But I don't care. I'm really learning to just let go. And that outside environment of those people that don't care, then they don't matter. They literally don't matter. They don't matter to you. So if anyone that is stopping doing the things that they want to do because they are scared or they care too much what people think, how sad is that? How sad is that if you actually think about it? We go so much of our life not doing the things that make us happy because of what other people might think. And the thing is, those people are not your life. You're gonna grow older, you're gonna get on with your lives, and those people, they're gonna forget about you, you're gonna forget about them. It doesn't matter. And the thing is that when you start doing the stuff that you love doing, there will be people that gravitate towards you that love it. There'll be people that support you. There'll be people that get it. They just get it. No questions, they just get it. And those are the people that will stick. And you'll slowly start to see your circle, your life building up from things that are worthwhile. And so this is definitely the biggest thing that I'm working on right now, is learning to let go. And boy, one minute I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. But then literally 2 seconds later, I'm like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. To actually think like my whole life has been built up on the basis of other people's opinions, that is really sad. And I refuse to let that be the reason to stop me going forwards. And I've been thinking about how on earth do I heal this? Like, how on earth do I really overcome this? And again, it's going back to just letting go, reminding yourself, wait, you're not doing this for them. And I guarantee, right, okay, the people that are haters, that don't care, that want to give you negativity, they will start to care when they see that the things that you're doing is becoming a success or is going places. Then they want to know, or then they will be more intrigued. And, there's no hate towards those people either, because I do truly believe like people that are, I guess, putting out maybe a bit more of a downer on your thing, they're just going through something, or they're not at that place yet where they can recognize. I think we've all probably been in places before where we're a little bit jealous, or we envy certain people that are doing the things that they want to do, or envy people they admire, and there's a slight like nasty outlook on it. And it's not even that it's nasty. Like, the people that you perceive as being greater than you, they're not greater than you at all. They're just in a different path right now. They're at a point in their lives where they've reached a point that you haven't yet, and that's totally okay. That is totally okay. And you can't force it. Like, you literally cannot try and do the thing they've done at your place in time. It's going to look totally different because you're not them. They're not you. You've gone through different things. You're going through different things. You feel different things. Personally, for me, I have got a big, I forgot what I was going to say now. Okay, a lot of my healing is revolving around body image and the way that I look. And do you know what's crazy? It's like, I will get people come up to me or they'll compliment me. It's a challenge for me because people presume because from their perspective, they will see me in a way that they see me. I've literally had people come up to me and said, oh, I was intimidated by you, or I thought you were full of yourself. And that, like, so way off. Like, it's crazy to me because I've suffered with the way that I look for so long, my whole life. And it's ruled my life, literally. Even till this day, I would be lying if I'm like, I'm not good in that hood. Like, I'm not. Like, I am every single day. There is probably a point where I look at myself in a negative way, or I think badly about myself. The difference is now is that I am so much stronger. Even from last year, I burped. Even from last year, like, wow, like I'm in a place right now where not necessarily in my comfortable place right now with my body, but I'm really learning to just love it in its shape and form. No matter where I am, I'm learning to become okay and accept myself no matter where I am and what I look like, because it's actually draining to have your whole life ruled around the way that you look. Like, I don't want that. I think where looks and the society that we live in is so based around appearance and, looking a certain way, being a certain way. It's so tough. And the reality is, what's quite sad, if you are generally slimmer, you do get noticed more. Like, I have been slimmer. And if you didn't know, I've had a big history with eating disorders, body dysmorphia as well. But I'm going to do a whole topic on this one because I think it's really important to talk about it, and I know that so many people go through it. I have got so many insights on my own journey that I really think will benefit you guys, so yeah, stay tuned for that one. But I'm at a place now where it's like my body looks like it looks because of the life that I'm living. So if you live the life that you want to live, you've got to accept the body to be a compass of that, you know? I'm really trying to heal my relationship with my body, and that's not just how it looks, but it's also how it's functioning. I suffer with IBS, and by the way, IBS is also a bullshit diagnosis, just saying. It's literally just a broad diagnosis for someone that has stomach issues. Now, I know people with IBS and they suffer with diarrhea. They are constipated, or people just get really bad cramping, or the actual movement with their bowels are fine, but they just get pain. And again, we're going to talk about that stuff here. We're going to talk about the gross stuff because the gross stuff is the stuff that people don't talk about but are suffering with in silence. It's so important. So important. We're all human. We all function the same way. Okay, it's not sexy, but at the same time, like, no one else can. I'm going to speak about it. I'm going to speak about all the shit. Okay, literally. My gut is crazy all over the shop. Has been for years. Really trying to get to the bottom of that as well, but that's difficult, very difficult, because 1 minute you can't eat a certain food, next minute you can. 1 minute you got SIBO, next minute you don't. You try supplements that seem to work, then don't work, and then they work again. And it's a constant battle, and all of that's stressful, and stress is the biggest trigger for anything when it comes to IBS. So balancing all of that, I'm sat here and I'm working through this stuff. I'm working through it. It might not take a minute. It might not take a day or 2 weeks. It might take years, but I'm doing it. So if anyone else is like just doing it, then boy, you like literally deserve a pat on the back. Like it's insanely important. And yeah, people go their whole lives of not even tuning into these things. They give up, and it's so sad to see, because you could be living the highest life but you're not, because of the things that are holding you back. You're not healing. And like I said, you can literally take years and years, but at least you're doing it. You're doing it in your own time. You're doing it your own way. One way someone could be healing might work for them, but it might not work for you. I think healing comes down to really just taking time for yourself, giving yourself time, compassion, understanding yourself, what it is that you're needing to do, walking through the motions, feeling the emotions, and just doing it. It's not easy, but nothing worthwhile is easy. What I have also stumbled across is a lot of people tend to want to help you. However, although they're there because they want to do good and they really want to put a good impact in your life and, you know, give you a helping hand, sometimes it can make things worse, I guess. And I know that people do it out of the best interests of their heart, but unless the person's asking for help, sometimes the only thing that you need to do is literally just be there. Listen. You shouldn't need to understand. That person's journey is their journey. You wouldn't understand it, you know? I think it's difficult to determine sometimes whether someone is on your side and wanting to join the journey with you, hold your hand through it, or if they're trying to take the front seat in that journey and choo-choo that train themselves, you know? Like, you're the driver of your own journey, boy, girl. I don't know why I said that. I never say that. It always feels really weird when I sit in front of the mic like this, all of a sudden, the words don't flow like I wish my bowels would. Oh my God, cut that out. It's actually well weird. I do presenting as well for work, but as soon as it's talking about personal stuff. And by the way, I'm all for it. I think like talking about personal stuff, I'm an open book. But I'm literally opening myself out to the world right now. People tend to think that you've got something wrong with you. And there's nothing wrong with me. Like, I'm happy. Like, I'm so happy. I just want to be better. Like, I want to break down these things that are causing me to hold back. I am a human being. I don't need to be fixed. I'm happy. I'm smiling. I'm doing the things I need to do. It might take me a little longer sometimes, but I'm still doing them. It becomes quite difficult to be around people that are constantly trying to fix you, because I don't need to be fixed. I'm literally just working on myself. It makes you think, if I was in these friendships, relationships, and I just wasn't working on myself, like, would it be smoother? Because they wouldn't seem like I was constantly trying to go through something. I'm just trying to live my life. I'm trying to better myself. I think relationships also has been a big one that I'm healing from. Like, I didn't even realize until very, very recently that my previous relationship has been one of the hardest things to heal from. And I never will ever talk badly about any of my exes, because seriously, I think everyone comes into your life for a reason and they hold a purpose. And I really wish them the best. But boy, my previous relationship, because this is coming up to it's been over 2 years now, by the way. Is it weird that I'm very okay with that? But actually, this comes to my next point. So for someone that has struggled with self-belief and confidence my entire life, to then be involved with someone really, really closely, and for them to have real strong beliefs and want you to believe the way that they do, is really damaging. I remember this particular relationship. We got along really well. We had a lot of interests in common. I remember one time they said to me, "Can you speak in English? You're speaking alien to me." And I'm just thinking to myself, wait, what do you mean? What do you mean I'm speaking alien? Like, I'm just speaking how I'm speaking. This is what makes sense to me. I'm saying it. I'm communicating with you. But yeah, they literally doubted my ability to even speak. They said what I was saying was wrong and it wasn't right, and that they didn't understand why I couldn't just do the things that they do. I was so confused. Or I would do something and it just wasn't the right way of doing it. Now that's really damaging, and I didn't realise, because I've suffered with believing in myself, and then someone you become really, really close with then tries to get you being a certain way that they think that you should be. It's like, oh, am I not enough just being the way that I am? Them seeing their potential in me was really damaging, because their potential wasn't me. Me was there, showing up, being myself. So yeah, I mean, you can have interests, the same interests as someone, but have different views. I don't honestly think it's about having to agree on everything. It's about coming to an understanding that we have different views, and that is okay. It's about having that understanding, communicating, and loving the fact that we have different outlooks on things. I think that's freaking cool. In this particular relationship, it was kind of like my way or no way. It couldn't be unless it was that way. And so this potential, or this idea that they had of me, it was just draining, because I'm there trying to do my thing and be my best self. I'm also there trying to be the person that they want me to be. And I'm fine the way that I am. There's nothing, I have never done anything wrong in a relationship ever in my life. I was a great girlfriend. A great girlfriend. I've always been a great girlfriend. But then it was the whole, they trying to mold you into someone else? Or I don't know. Anyway, my biggest thing from this, after reflecting a lot recently, actually, I now find it so hard to trust people, because I've always seen it as loyalty. I have got a really good gut instinct about someone, and you know what? I don't trust you. If you break that trust, well, then you're out of my life. That's always the way I've been. But trust is so much more than loyalty. Trust is being able to be yourself around someone, no judgment. Just be yourself. There's no conditions. You can really open up to someone and feel safe and feel accepted. and feel like you're enough with your own views, and that the journey that you're on, they support it. That there, to be able to have a relationship, friendship, family, all of these things with people that do that for you, that is unconditional. That is a gem. So yeah, ever since that, letting people in fully, properly has been really tough, because I let people in, but then I never really let myself fully let go and be myself. It's that fear of someone trying to change me again. And again, I know I don't need to be changed. And if I do need to change, I'm going to do that for me. So if anyone's in something right now and they're going through something and someone is trying to change them, or they've got an idea of how they would like you to be or whatever, but it's not resonating with you, and you're like, this doesn't really feel right to me, this doesn't feel like me, I don't like this, then don't do it. Like, this person is not for you. You should only change for yourself. If there is something in a scenario where there's an issue, okay, and you can see, right, yeah, okay, I do kind of need to nip it in the bud. You, again, this needs to come from you, because if someone is telling you, you need to change, you need to do this, and you're like, yeah, I kind of do, but you don't feel it in your heart that you want to, like, you're not gonna do it anyway. I think trust is so huge, and I think it all comes back to just really knowing yourself and really having confidence in your feelings and your emotions and what you love and what you thrive for. Your heart and your brain do not let you down. Like, your intuition is crazy. Like, if you have, 3 options of things that you could do or you should do or may want to do, and you have a feeling about one of them, that feeling is there for a reason. It doesn't lie to you. So it's about getting back in tune with yourself, your feelings, and really understanding what it is that you want for you. And again, yeah, just taking your time with it. So yeah, I think we should normalize healing not being a negative thing. I think when someone says they're healing, a lot of people tend to be like, oh God, here we go, another one of those. But actually, like, it's just someone's just working on themselves. Like, they're just into wanting to be good and better for themselves. It's not a negative thing. Healing sounds like, oh my God, this person's broken. Oh my God, get an A&E, take it to the ambulance. But you're not broken. You just care. You want to be better. You're working through it. And that is all it needs to be. My biggest one is trying to let go and just surrender. That is kind of all I'm going to have for today. But if anyone's going through similar things, please let me know what you're going through if you want to. If you don't want to, then don't. But you're not alone in this. Remember, your journey is your journey. No one else can take a lead of that journey. They can't sit in that driver's seat. They don't know what the path is. If you enjoyed talking to me and listening, then please subscribe. Please like, comment. And if there's anything going through your mind right now, let me know. Give me a message. Send me a DM. If there's anything you want me to talk about, again, send me a DM. I don't bite unless you ask me to. But yeah, that's it for now. Stay tuned. They're going to be consistent with this. Yes, we are. This is Better Out Than In. I'm your host, Abby. You guys are great. If you liked it, I think I'm repeating myself. I think I am. I think I said this already. We're in this together. Don't keep it in. Get it out, because it's better out than in. See you next time.